What's going on, crowd fighters, and welcome to the latest episode, episode 4 of Film Cave Live. I am Vengeance. I am the Knight. Welcome again. Oh, we don't want you talking at the same time as me. Sorry, guys, for the delay. We had some technical, difficulties. Japan is a long way from here, but we managed to get it down. So sorry if we don't get the best turnout, but listen, we're working with what we got. We make it work so you guys can at least hear what's going on and still be able to keep up. But how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good, man. It's been an interesting day. It's been an interesting evening. I just finished running like a 4 flat trying to get here in time because New York trains and traffic is bullshit. Have you ever walked so fast like your fucking ass hurt? That's what happened to me. It wasn't fun. But we got a great show for you guys tonight. We have another special guest, and as you can tell by my shirt, that's fucking 10 sizes too small. This shit is like I got this when BVS came out, so that's telling you something. Um, a lot of my shows, the past few shows have been Batman themed. That's not on purpose, but apparently Batman wants to be the only piece of movie news that wants to drop anything relative. So shoot me. What can we do? But we have a great show for you guys tonight. We'll be talking about the Batman. We're going to be talking about coronavirus taking away all of damn entertainment and premieres all over the world. And a few more things. That's going to be quite interesting, man. But let's get into it. My guest today, you guys all know him. He is the red dreaded man himself, the black man from Japan, the other half of the Bat Bros, my fellow Batman brother in arms. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Akasan.
What is going on the night? Let's make it right. Number 4. Give me some more. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, Dr. Seuss. You doing good? How are you?
Hey, I'm just doing my best Little John impersonation right now. 10 a.m. in the morning over here, which is
Oh my
early.
God.
It's early for me.
Yeah,
Very
that's really early. I'm sorry to take you away from your beauty sleep.
early. Well, you didn't take away much. Yeah.
Black excellence, man. Black excellence. We got to do it. We got to do it for him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I know. Is those hangover shades? You got a long night?
Yep. You're damn right. Because that's the only way I go to sleep, and it's the only way I wake up. So these are my weekend shades. Gotta wear the weekend shades when I'm doing these interviews and such. And I got the coffee, so I'll be all right, man.
Is it spiked to have a little gin in it? A little Jack?
Hell no. I'm gonna start drinking like at least in like 2 more hours or so. I gotta give my body a break a little bit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. All right, brother. So we got a lot to talk about today. And a lot I'm curious to get your take on, and one we share very passionately between the both of us.
Sounds good. Red Red Nation, stand up. You guys up here in the chat. I know I see you all. Brooklyn, stand up. What up?
Goddamn right. Yes, the Crime Fighters and Red Dreaded Nation have come together today.
Saifu, I see you. Yeah. Okay.
Saifu. All right. So, first topic today, guys, we're going to be bringing up rapid news. As you guys know, we're just going to go through a series of, news and announcements and things that came out today. But not much has been happening. It's been pretty quiet, man. Not a lot of news has kind of broke. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like small news. Like you guys had I was
Right.
so envious last week or 2 weeks ago. You and you had Jody on your channel, and you guys were able to talk about probably the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about, which was the bat suit reveal, and maybe the Batmobile. No. The Batmobile was separate. The
It was
bat
the
suit
bike.
reveal, and I'm like, yeah. I was
Oh.
like, damn, okay. I would like to talk about that, but you guys handled it. You held it down, but I knew it was gonna be ugly if I got into that fight. So I was like, never mind. Maybe it's
Don't
good
worry.
that it wasn't a 3-way. Yeah.
We'll be able to get into a little bit. And 3-ways are fun. Who wants to turn down a 3-way? But all right. So, first order of business. So, coronavirus is fucking everything up for everybody, including
This is
movies.
true.
Yes. We had a lot of movie premieres kind of just say, yeah, fuck it, we're not touching that. We're going to wait till things kind of subside a bit, and then we'll
That's a
kind of
good
go
idea.
into it. You think?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I was thinking because the latest to do it right now was James Bond. they just pulled that shit back till November, uh, and they're willing to take a $30 to $60 million hit because of that.
Right.
But other big movies like Black Widow, Mulan, and Fast and Furious and things like that are not. So
Right.
my question is, especially for Mulan, do you think something that would be a good idea for them to do that since that is their biggest market?
Um, Personally, if I were Disney, I'd push that shit back. But obviously, I am not Disney, as you can tell, and obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because it's already tracking for a very explosive opening, even without China. So I guess
True.
regardless of what's going to happen in China. They're going full steam ahead on this bitch, and they're like, you know what? We still gonna put this out. I personally, I thought it was kind of ill advised considering with coronavirus what's going on and the fact that the actress, her hometown is actually ground zero where that virus was created.
Oh
On
shit.
top of all the other, yeah, that's her hometown. On top of the other fact that she said that protesters, the Hong Kong protesters, should die.
Oh,
I'm like, yo.
oh yeah, I forgot about
So
that.
there's like, there's so much about Mulan that I felt that it would be in their best interest to delay it till like next till the end of this year. We don't even have a Star Wars movie coming out from Disney this year. I felt like Mulan would be the
That's
perfect
true.
thing to delay. However, like I said, apparently there's smarter people up there than I am with Disney, and they're just gonna release this no matter what. Because I was checking the schedule, the only thing they got in December, I think, is the Jungle Book or something like that, and uh, you know.
Jungle Book.
No, not even a Jungle Book. No, something, one of those Disney, maybe Swiss Family Robinson type of movies or something like that. I'm like, yo, you could easily swap that out, but I guess they're just not
Right.
gonna deal with it. They're ready to go on this.
I don't think I agree with you. I think they should postpone it. Because even though it's going for a great weekend, you have the potential of doubling that and doing so much more with an open market. There's places and things shutting down all around the world because
Exactly.
of this. So you're really limiting yourself from the potential to be like, yo, this movie's a damn knockout. So it sucks, and I
Right
really
now,
hate that
yeah.
they do
Right
it.
now, it's cancel culture. Right now, it's cancel culture. It's trendy to cancel everything. Over here in Japan, same thing. They're canceling the cherry blossom. They literally canceled the cherry blossom event, a natural event that is happening. They're like, nah, nobody comes out. Nobody come to the park right now. We're turning off the lights. So nobody's really in that mood. And I'm seeing Emerald City just announced last night or this morning that Emerald City Comic Con got canceled or postponed. San Diego might
Jesus.
be on the chopping block. Who knows about New York Comic Con? But anything within the month of March and April right now is just done. It's done, son.
It
So
is.
like I agree with you on the fact that if I were Disney and I'm thinking about that money, just delay that. Put that out. Wait, if you can push back Wonder Woman, if you can push back BBS, I mean different company, but whatever. Um, if you can push back some of these movies, it'd be in your best interest to push back Mulan. But whatever, I guess they're gonna go full steam ahead with it.
Yeah, it's pretty damn stupid if you ask me. But like you said, we're not the ones in charge. Sadly, we should be because I think we'll be making better business decisions. But it's sad, man, because that movie's gonna kill regardless, and people are gonna see it regardless if you push it
Right,
back. So it's just like, why not
right.
just fucking go for it? But that's a sad thing,
It,
brother.
it might also be a thing of just the fact that Disney doesn't have anything to replace it with that block.
Oh,
Some of
because
those
they
other
need it.
movies may not. Well, no, what I'm just saying, some of those other movies may not be ready to go right now. And something else to keep in mind is like, yeah, regardless if Disney needs it or not, um, the film industry is hurting right now in terms of or I should say the theater industry is hurting right now real bad. And there might be a point where if it becomes trendy just not to go to the movie theaters, then that's something that will take a long recovery for people to
Ooh,
want to go back. So I
that's a
also
good point.
understand the point. I also understand the point of like Disney. If these, if the big three, Warner Brothers, Disney, and I guess Sony,
That's putting
I
it very
guess
mild. Will
Sony,
be nice, right?
will be nice if the big three are not putting out movies and giving people a reason to go out, then people are going to find other ways of doing stuff. There's already much better alternatives in terms of staying home, watching something on Netflix like The Witcher, watching
Hmm.
Disney Plus. So like just staying home. If people start
Yep.
getting more and more into that culture of just staying home and chilling, um, the theater industry is going to be hurting for a long, long time. So I also understand
Damn.
Disney's point in the fact of like, yo, adults, Sony's like, yeah, we're not fucking around with this. Let's delay Bond because adults are not going to come out to see this movie right now. But kids don't give a shit. They're going to come out anyways. And it's just like, all people can do is wipe them kids down and get them to go see those movies. Like, that's all I can say.
Those kids don't
Even with
care.
Disneyland, even with Disney, yeah, I legit saw this morning. I saw a kid licking a goddamn metal pole on
Oh
Twitter
my
today.
god, I
We're
was
like,
watching that before we started. I was just about to bring that up. I was like, they give no shits. They don't care. They're
yep,
on licking poles
yep,
and the ground and
yep.
humping floors. I don't know what's happening, but they
It's
don't care.
crazy.
That's a good point. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, but I hope it does well. I hope it doesn't affect it too much. But
I mean, we you got to also think of the fact that I don't know about you guys over in the states, but over here in Japan, they legit locked down Tokyo Disneyland, Disney Sea, Universal Studios Japan is locked down. Sanrio, every amusement park is like legit shut down for the next couple of weeks.
I believe it because they're smart, and us stubborn Americans, and especially here in New York, they're
Mhm.
it can literally be hailing ass and fire and everything just be just destroyed. They're like, nope, you got to go into work tomorrow. All schools still open.
We shut down the schools too. That was the first thing. So that's where things got real serious. Is they shut down the schools last week, and so basically all these kids like graduated early, like 3 weeks early, and so
The
I'm
fuck?
up here going to work. Yeah, yeah, it's like legit because in Japan, graduation is the end of March. And beginning of April is a new semester. So we essentially shut down schools 3 weeks earlier before spring break. And so all these kids just graduated earlier. And now these kids have nothing to do and like they're all at the park now. But the whole idea was to stop the congregation of masses to
The congregation.
prevent this. Yeah, to prevent the spread of the virus. It's an epidemic. It's The Walking Dead. I mean, the CDC also recommended people watch The Walking Dead for preparation on how to deal with this. So,
Oh Jesus.
true
Where's
story.
Rick?
True story.
Where is Rick?
Yeah.
All right, brother. So that's it. Mulan. That's our quick thoughts on that. This next one, I feel you'll have something interesting to say because I know you are a fan of as well. Um, Star Wars: The Lovely Rise of the Skywalker, which
Trash
is
ass movie. What?
well, oh yeah. See, I didn't want to say that. I
Sorry,
was
we have.
trying to be nice, but I'm glad you said it.
Speaking of
I'm
Disney.
glad you said it.
Speaking of Disney. Yeah, with their
Right.
wise decisions.
Yeah. Speaking of wise decisions, apparently Palpatine wasn't even Palpatine. He was just a damn clone of Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
And Rey's father was a failed clone
Right.
of Palpatine. What
She
the
so
fuck
she
is
ain't even
going on, bro?
she ain't even a legit Palpatine. She ain't a legit Skywalker. She ain't a legit. She a test tube. She a failed test tube baby clone. That
She's a
shit is
Petri
wild.
Jedi. She's a
Yeah,
Petri
a
dish Jedi. That's what's happening.
I'm mad about. I mean, you know what? I just ever since Rise, I just kind of gave up on. I gave up on the new trilogy. I had faith. I had faith. I'm one of those few people out there that love the Last Jedi.
That's my favorite
Not
Star Wars
all of it,
movie.
not all of it, but what they were going for, making you give a shit about Star Wars and like
Yes.
bringing it down. bringing it down to a level where you're just like, holy shit, I actually care about these characters.
Right. They
That
took
was cool.
chances.
But you know, with all the drama and everything we heard, it was just Disney cashing a paycheck, and it was a bit it was a business transaction for Disney. They just wanted to get that movie out there, and this is what happens. It's like they tried to do everything, and nobody is happy. They also
No.
said that the kiss between Ben and Ray was
Uh,
not romantic. Then what the
right.
fuck was that?
Right. Why'd they kiss? It's like they were just curious before they died. I wonder. She's always tickled my dick. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm just like, and you mentioned like business movies. It's just they're scared. That's what they did. They made a movie being scared because of the backlash of the piss poor whiny ass fans. I was like, that's not my Star Wars. You never made Star Wars. It wasn't your property to say what's yours or not. So they got that, they heard that, they got scared, changed the narrative after The Last Jedi created something beautiful for all of these characters and
Yeah,
set them up.
yeah,
And now when they changed it, they bitched because they changed like, oh, it's the same. I'm like, what the
yep,
like, come on, dude. So
yeah.
now they made her a Palpatine. She's not even really a Palpatine now because it's a
Which was
clone of
dumb.
one.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
because Palpatine was just bouncing his essence around and it couldn't handle it until he actually pulled the force from Kylo and Rey. Then he started getting his rocks off, like, yes. And then that's when he became, like, I guess, quote unquote, Palpatine. But her daddy wasn't even,
Yes.
it was just a failed Palpatine
Nope.
clone.
And
So
you
I'm
know
like,
the craziest part about all of this is like my boy Terry at Obsidian Perspective. He mentioned it a few weeks ago. He was just like, look, the way the Star Wars trend is now is like you watch the movie, but then they release more information like DLC until you can get like the full picture. And I believe it because that's exactly what we're getting right now. Every week they're pulling like Zack Snyder type stuff. They're just releasing more and more information that was never in the movie, or like
right.
or no, not even Zack Snyder, J.K. Rowling and shit. Like just releasing information about stuff
Release
we
the
never
JJ
even
cut.
knew. Yeah, like it's just like not it's like yo man, like we shouldn't have to have this supplemental information fed to us in order for us to convince us that the movie was good or not. I'm like
But you
nah,
can't convince because the movie
nah.
wasn't. Like, the more I think about it, the movie just wasn't, it just wasn't good. It's like you destroyed everyone's character arc. And then when you tried to make an arc, you didn't even really follow through because now you're going back and saying, well, he really wasn't this or they really wasn't that.
Yep,
What are you trying to
yep.
do here? So I'm just like,
Pleasing the masses and
oh,
pleasing nobody at the same time.
right.
That's what it is.
Hard facts. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what happens when generally that's what happens when you have. I mean, the Star Wars community is complicated to say the least. But it when you try to have a group consensus on how to do a Star Wars movie, that's where you start failing. And then obviously behind the scenes there are some problems where Lucas didn't really like the original draft that was turned in. They couldn't figure out anything, but Disney had their deadline, so they were like, "Fuck it, let's just put together whatever we can." And you got this weird smorgasbord of something that was pleasing Lucas, but then something that Disney kind of wanted, and then it was like it just came out a complete mess.
Yes, JJ fucked all that up. He needs to stay away from anything, any type fandom based anything for a while. Just chill out, JJ. If you're watching this, I know we're good friends. I know you're watching. Just enough already, brother. Like we can't.
I never really thought that he was the. I don't think he I think it would have been much better if he had done all three movies. I would have much rather preferred him.
No.
I would have much rather because I actually did I like what the Force Awakens was setting up.
A New Hope
I
2?
don't know, but like I would have much rather preferred, no pun intended, a clone of the original trilogy than what we got, which was just we legit got this was the Disney version of the Justice League, basically. Um, all the meddling, all the different writers, all the rewrites, all the
Yeah.
reshoots. Like it legit feels exactly the same. Where at the end of the day, you just don't care about anything when they finally come together and save the universe or whatever.
Yeah,
I
it's
felt nothing.
ridiculous. They should have kept
I felt nothing. Yeah.
Ryan to do the third. Just follow his story through. Keep going. But again, they got scared. And J. Joe's like, I want to do my vision. Ugh. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Wow,
But
it really is like the Snyder
yeah,
situation. It really is. Yeah.
exactly. It's like, but guys,
But I like, but I also agree on the side of the on the business sense. If the Last Jedi doesn't perform well, if the Last Jedi wasn't, if it wasn't what the fans were looking for, if the overall feeling
so
from the
what?
people what, but that's a business. When you're running a business, you don't want to release another movie. It's the same thing. It's the same thing about the with Snyder and Justice League. People don't want to hear it, but I still support WB's decision to remove or pull Snyder from Justice League. Yeah, it's the end result was terrible, but from a business standpoint, if that kitchen is on fire, you're not going to be thinking about serving the second meal or dessert or whatever. You're trying to get that shit under control. So, so
Yeah.
as much as I like The Last Jedi, um, the majority of people seem not to like it, and you don't come in with a sequel with the same guy doing that.
Yeah, but the kitchen's still on fire because they're still bitching about it. So you really didn't put nothing
Yeah.
out. It was like, oof. And then the shit just got bigger. So it's just like, so I'm like,
And
I
maybe
don't
that,
know.
and but then therein lies maybe that therein lies the problem with the business of doing franchises. Is like not everybody has the Marvel touch, and a lot of studios are starting to realize that even if you buy Marvel, you still don't have the Marvel touch.
That's hardcore facts.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
Shea
look,
Fu. We still
all
have the
I'm
Mandalorian. Yep.
all I'm saying is like, if they were gonna do something like, yo, call your boy up, let me explain something to them. Like, look, it's all good if Ray trying to do her like I am Iron Man type bullshit, but you got your best actor, your best character in that entire sequel trilogy, Kylo fucking Ren.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been an amazing. Everybody would, as much as people hated the Last Jedi, nobody can deny that the throne room fight
Oh,
was the best part of
orgasmic.
that movie. But all I'm saying is, you had those same two motherfuckers in there fighting old man clone Palpatine. I was about to call him Palpatine. Palpatine up here. You look. I'm just saying. Like we could add some dope ass anime type shit. Like Ben is blocking. Ray jumps over Ben, a la Spartacus and shit. Comes in, goes for the killing blow or whatever. Like
Like a Logan and
you have them.
X-23.
I'm just saying you have them tag teaming instead of like just, oh, let me just flick this dude off the fucking cliff. Get the fuck out of here with that
Right.
bullshit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I know. That was stupid.
yeah,
That was really dumb. But all right, guys, thank y'all
whatever.
for keeping up in the chat. We got a good little flow going on here. Don't forget, if you guys have any questions, please be sure to put it in the YouTube chat or go to Twitter and hashtag AskFilmCave. And we'll definitely be sure to, knock those out before the show ends. So I just want to go through one little quick rapid topic here. And because there's some bigger stuff that I kind of want to get to before, we get further into the show. This one doesn't make sense to me. And hopefully you can be a sound or voice of reason for this. But, Mafa, the Gorilla King himself, or the Ape King himself, M'Baku, Winston Duke,
Umbaku.
right, wants to be the villain in Black Panther 2. What the fuck is he talking about? Why would we do that?
Because he was an interesting character,
Yeah,
and if
but
they
we
pull,
built him up, and now you want to be a bad guy, and like you guys are brothers, and now you want to be a bad guy?
but if you can make Tony Stark and Steve Rogers fight each other, even though they were friends in the beginning, they were aggressive friends in the beginning and kind of had trust issues, and then they finally comes to a head. It's very possible. It'd be a little repetitive of
Right.
the original Black Panther, but you know, if it works well, it might it might happen. It might happen. It could happen.
Yeah, but it's like, Tony and Cap, like, they didn't start off like enemies. It's like, okay, yeah, we heard about you. We're not the best, so we got you, but we're gonna work together. We're a team, yada yada yada. Like Umbaku came in there like, I'm about to fuck your shit up, and then banded together to save
And he
Wakanda. Did
lost.
it again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now they're like, oh, brothers, thank you, brother, da da da, da, calling each other brother. And now you're gonna just go back to being, God, no, fuck the king, this and that, da da da, da and fighting.
Right.
Like, I don't see how. Let's see. Does he go into further detail to do that? M'Baku is a hero, but he has so much going on. Said Duke. I think what makes a really great villain is that they have the power of seeing things their own way, and they can define their own circumstances. And that's what's really cool about the MCU villains so far as well. But I'm like, where would you go at this point?
Right. Well, I would say it'd be a if that's the case, it would be something where it's no like they're kind, but I always felt like Manape and T'Challa were respected warriors for the most part, and they both have different decisions, and just very similar to where the his tribe was sort of exiled, and he challenged the king, T'Chaka. I think it was T'Challa's great great grandfather. When he challenged them, they got exiled. It could very much happen again. They just have very different opposing thoughts and opposing ways on how to deal with Wakanda. It's very possible. There's all black actors, man, black actors.
Right.
Like you never know.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, if you do, just make sure it's smart because you're playing with fire, and plus, Killmonger is already back somehow. Um, so it's like, it's walking on eggshells, and it frightens me. Don't fuck up something that was, you're going from perfect to like this doesn't make sense now, and that's what
I
scares me.
mean, just the challenge of Black Panther 2 is actually going to be, can it be better than Black Panther 1? Like I want to see T'Challa and the whole royal family up in chains. Like I want to see them like singing fucking slave songs and shit.
Oh,
Like I want to see, like I'm just saying, I want to see, they got to take that shit to the next level. Or I want to see
T'Challa
some
ain't
like,
Kunta.
I'm just saying. He's like, no, my name is T'Challa. My name is T'Challa. Your name is Brian. Your name is Brian. My name is T'Challa. Wakanda forever. I'm just saying,
What the
it's
fuck?
very possible. It's just very possible. I want to see. I want to see.
What?
I want to see some white dudes coming up into Wakanda talking about America first and shit. Like, let's make the White House white again. And T'Challa is like, what the fuck? What in the what Wakanda shit is this? That's what I'm talking about. Let's push it to that next level. Look,
Maybe
I
you should
saw
write
Black
Ryan
Klansman.
Coogler.
I'm just saying. I saw Black Klansman. I know what's up. Let's do it. Let's
Oh
do it.
my god.
Let's push it to the next level. I'm just saying.
You are a fool. I hope somebody takes that,
I'm just
like
saying.
pulls that of you like doing like the T'Challa. It just use
My
that
name
memes that
is
shit. That was
T'Challa.
hilarious.
My name is T'Challa. Wakanda forever. Karen, what the? I want to see T'Challa at a fucking cookout talking to Karen about her fucked up potato salad.
Uh,
I want to see. I want to see a kid getting a black child in Brooklyn getting fucking no, not Brooklyn's too. Let's say Bronx or Jersey, somewhere in Jersey.
where's
I
this
want to see
going?
a black kid getting fucking choked out by a white cop wearing a Wakanda
What?
T-shirt. I'm
Where
just
is
saying.
this
I'm
going?
just look. All I'm saying is T'Challa better be watching the news one day and he sees some black kid getting choked out or possibly dying with a bag of Skittles in his pocket, and it says he's got a Wakanda T-shirt on, and T'Challa gets fucking lit about that shit. He's like, "Fuck this shit! I'm bringing Wakanda to New
So
York."
you want
Son.
him to come and save and solve the racial injustice in America?
Hell yes, hell
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Now I see.
And I want Luke Cage to show up, and I want Luke Cage to show up as the gangster he is right now. That's the way it was gonna work.
Okay. Interesting.
I can actually see now M'Baku Manape getting a deal. Nike starts sponsoring him. See, the white man comes in, starts giving him things he's never had before, and he's like, "Yo, we're gonna give you your own. We're gonna give you your own show on the CW." And
he's not gonna go for that. He's gonna have. He's gonna try to feed them all to his children.
That's what I'm saying. Manape's M'Baku's cooking show now on the CW, and it's gonna change him. It's gonna change him and turn him into something that he once was not anymore. And that's where he becomes the villain, because he becomes a true villain because Hollywood got to him. That's what happened. See,
I think you've got this all figured out. Yes, I think you need to take that to Hollywood.
I'm just saying.
Tag Ryan and everything you can.
He is going to become the Kanye West. He's becoming the Kanye West of Wakanda. That's what I'm saying.
M'Baku
You're going to
West.
see M'Baku. You're going to see him up there talking with our Marvel Trump and all that shit, man. It's going to be crazy. M'Baku's going to be wearing a red cap very soon. That's how it happens, man.
Look, you guys heard it here
Black
first.
Black Panther, 2022.
M'Baku West, right. Black Panther 2, the sequel. M'Baku was full MAGA, right. Lord have mercy, I can't with you. But we're going to cut rapid news off short. There I had a few other topics, but I want to get to the main ones right about now. So we're going to go into our main topic.
We can rapid fire it. No, we can rapid fire it. We can do it in, I bet you. I'll just give you my quick comment on each one. Go. Rapid. It is supposed to be called rapid news. So make it rapid.
So
just go for it. Go.
All right, so we have two things. So one released today. So Christian Bale is officially the villain in Thor 4. I think that's pretty damn epic. Christian Bale and Chris Hemsworth going battling head to head. I think that's brilliant. What do you think?
I think that's a goddamn waste of my goddamn Batman, but whatever.
What? You can never waste Christian Bale. How dare you, sir?
Can. Yeah. Terminator Salvation. Or what the fuck was it called? But
it was Salvation. I think I'm the only one that liked Salvation. I didn't think he was bad in it. I thought it was different.
No, he was great. He was great, and the movie itself was whatever. But in short, I like the director, but I don't like him working with that particular director. Just that's my it's going to be a fucking comedy, and I don't want to see. I don't want to see Christian Bale in a comedy. I don't want to see my Batman in a goddamn comedy. If you're going to put him in the MCU, give him something. Put that motherfucker in Blade. At least that's closer to fucking bats.
He would be a badass Deacon Frost, though. Oh my god, I just thought about that.
I'm just saying. You're just gonna if you're gonna get an Academy Award winning Christian Bale,
oh my god,
don't put him in a fucking comedy.
He would be.
And that's what Thor is right now.
As Deacon Frost for Blade. Holy hell. You just blew my mind.
He did great. He's gonna be great in anything, but I just don't want him in a comedy. And that's what that is gonna be.
He's probably gonna be
You're gonna have him
Beta
up there.
Ray.
Yeah, you're gonna have him prancing around just like they did with what's his name, Mugato and shit. The Collector. Benicio del Toro, great actor. Yeah, but you have him up there like fucking Mugato.
He's great at that.
At
playing Corky. At playing Corky characters. I was with that.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm just saying, I'm like, don't waste Christian Bale like that. Don't waste my Batman like that.
Kyle Lee. Which guy has no clue what he's talking about? Which one of us? Specify. But
definitely the Knight. Definitely the Knight. If not, his comment is invalid.
That is bullshit. I'm the only one that knows what I'm talking about. God damn it. Christian Bale would be amazing. All right. So, next. The Last of Us is finally, it's not getting a movie, but it's getting a TV show. I know you've played it, right? You've played The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Well, I mean, we already got parts of it in Logan, but they're talking about this is the full Last of Us TV show. They're going for it. What do you think?
Good idea that it's going to be a TV show, because I would not watch a movie about that. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think it's better that you can flesh out the story, because I have a confession, and nobody fucking come up my life. I've never played The Last of Us. I've never played that game. I know of it.
I just played it, so.
Right. It's like I know of it. I'm aware of it. I have not picked up a controller and touched it ever. So I don't have the attachment that a lot of people do. But I know I'm aware of the story and I've seen gameplay on it. And I feel a TV show would be better, suited, like you said, to fully,
Yeah.
drag out the story.
They just have to, but that's the thing you have to be careful about is the key point, dragging out. That's the thing. The Last of Us, from to my with my experience and watching it now, are playing the game as of recently. The problem is a lot of other shows, a lot of other um series and movies have already stolen or taken those troops. Another example is Logan. A good example is Logan. So it's like dragging it out. Like, you got to be careful because it can get very boring. When I played the game, I
Mm.
enjoyed the game, but from this perspective of playing it nowadays, it's kind of like, all right, well, that was fun, but I've seen a lot of it already, and they have to be very careful about that because that there's nothing really original about The Last of Us
Right.
now. So making it a TV show, don't be trying to make it like a 22 episode CW bullshit. Ellie up here talking about her feelings and shit. Like,
I was about to say, should they Watchmen this shit? Make it limited, like a little 9 episode, and call it a day?
absolutely. And
Yeah.
then whenever season 2 drops, it drops. Don't be already confirming season 2 before season 1 starts. Like, that kind of shit. That's just kind of shit I don't like, man. Like, I'm watching C right now, with starring Jason Momoa.
Oh,
uh, uh,
Arthur.
Momoa. I'm watching that right now, and I'm just like, I like it, but they already announcing that they got a season 2, and I'm just like, well, you all got to make sure you impress me with season 1 first. Like, come
Right.
on now.
Well, they're doing it just because it's Jason Momoa. He's gonna bring people regardless. That's why they did
Yeah,
that. But
yeah, but they ain't bringing them to Apple TV. There's other ways.
that's very true.
But the
Very
last thing
true.
that's the last thing I'm gonna be talking about. Jason gonna be showing up to because I met that dude a few years ago,
I'm
and let
jealous.
me just tell you, no, don't be. I almost shit myself when I met him. That dude is literally a walking, talking fucking Drogon. Fucking that dude was staring me down. I lost the bass in my voice
Yeah, I
and
would
everything.
love
It
that. I
was
would have
scary.
him just have chill and have a beer. Just bullshit. That's all I want to do. But
Oh, hell no! I am not having a beer with that dude. I'll be waking up, my ass all hurting afterwards. I'll be like, damn it. Just saying.
well,
Just saying.
I mean, a lot of people would want to get fucked by Aquaman. I guess I don't know.
I'm just not me. Yeah. Not, hashtag not Aka too. No way.
Right. All right, ladies and gents. So we're going on to our big and main topic of the night. So, the Batman. It's the latest casting news. We finally found out who is playing, the Batman who's underneath the cowl. It wasn't Robert Pattinson like we all thought. Clearly, it's Vin Diesel. So the Batman is just a running spinoff of the Fast and Furious saga. They had to go superhero at some point. I'm not mad at it. But so they released the images of the new Batmobile. If we could throw it up there, give people if you haven't seen it. And it's interesting. Very interesting. I will say I'm not mad at it. But that does not mean I like it for this. This is an amazing badass car. This does not give me Batmobile. That shit is Dominic Toretto's Ice Charger from Fate of the Furious. That's what that is. I like seeing here in the back of the designs. I like the back of it. The back of it's cool. Like with the little wing going on and whatever kind of souped up engine that is. I like it. Like that's a car I personally want. But as a Batmobile, I'm just not getting Batmobile from that at all. What do you think? Sound off. we're gonna talk about this because I know I want to get your whole thoughts on all of this as in general with the movie. But let's start off with the Batmobile. What do you think?
I am personally looking forward to the Bat Rider here, and yeah, Kit is
Batrider.
doing the damn thing. Kit got a makeover for 2020. No, I mean, look, let me take you back to Batman Begins. When that fucking movie first came out, people were shitting on the Tumblr like no tomorrow. I
They
was one of
were.
those people. I said the Tumblr looked like a goddamn cockroach, and I'm like, this isn't my Batmobile. This isn't my Batman.
I
Like
loved it.
that shit was the ugliest thing. That was the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life. But then that movie came out, and he's flying on rooftops
Right.
like that. Like,
Right.
and I fucking fell in love with that shit. I'm like, okay, I am forever gonna love the fucking Tumblr now. Um, the Batman and the Batmobile and all things Batman goes through transitions, and I think that's something that fans have to continually understand. People complained about the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker, and how he was like perma white and things like that. Then the movie came out and they loved it.
Mm,
People complained about the first suit of the Batman in Batman Begins. But then the
mm,
movie came out and they loved it. So it's like people are going to complain in general. People are not going to love it. And then suddenly a trailer comes out and then people love it. So, I personally, when Zack Snyder revealed the bat suit with the Batmobile, like he put them both out at the same time because I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
mm.
I did not like the suit. I still do not like the Batflex suit. But the fucking
My
Batmobile was
pearls.
close enough. The Batmobile was close enough to what Nolan was also doing in its final renditions, and I'm like, you know what? I can see that. It looks like a car. It doesn't look like a tank, but it looks like an armored car. And like I thought that Batmobile,
The car was
the
beautiful.
BVS Batmobile, yeah, that car was great. That needed a little bit more shine, but it was kind of sided in a really shitty ass movie. But that's my take on it. So my thing is trust in Matt Reeves. That's all I can say. Trust in Matt Reeves. Like this dude showed me how to give a fuck about a goddamn ape. Shed a tear when this dude made me shed
Uh,
tears when some CGI apes died and getting shot and getting thrown off buildings and shit. Even
true.
when the fucking villain died, I was crying. What was his name? Kobo or whatever.
Koba.
Like, yeah, Koba. Like this dude had actors up here walking around like monkeys on all fours and shit. Um, like he can make a movie. He can make us give a shit about a movie. He's gonna make us give a shit about this car.
Now listen, I'm not doubting Matt Reeves. He's one of my favorite directors. One of my favorite movies of all time is Let Me In from him. Absolutely beautiful,
Yeah.
amazing movie. Um,
Yes.
I'm not doubting what he can do with this. I'm still excited that he's doing it. And this car isn't swaying me away in any negative light. So like I said, I generally really like the car. I just don't get Batmobile. That's the only thing throwing me off. So I'm sure once I see it and it's in motion, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool and stuff like that. But it just doesn't read Batmobile. And I'm sure once I see it, I may just change my mind. But I don't have a negative thing about this.
Oh, yeah.
It's very Fast and Furious, like very Fast and Furious, um, which another thing I love. So I'm not too entirely mad about that. But Batmobile, I
And I
don't.
mean, also keep in mind that this is supposed to be year two or
Right.
towards the end of year one of Batmobile, and it's also supposed to be set in 1990. So if this is 1990, that kind of car, that's the type of car you would be driving around if you're Batman.
Right. You think we get the
And
new one in the film?
if what?
You think we got the new one
What
in
do you
the
mean?
film? The new Batmobile? Like, I think this is probably like a prototype. Do you think like later on in the film, like maybe something happened to it, or they'll show the new Batmobile at like the very last shot or something?
Nah, in all likelihood, this is going to be this. That is like the suit might change a little bit, There might be little modifications, but I think this is what we're going for. And again, 1990s. So, like again, if this movie came out in 1990, our time,
Mm,
everybody would be loving this movie. But just because we've had about a good 10, 15 years of a militarized Batmobile, people's thoughts have changed. But if you pick up any comic book, that's legit what Batman is driving in the comic books. Like
right.
he has I don't know about right now, but even like 2 or 3 years ago, when somebody, I think it was Deadshot or Deathstroke, shot the tires of the Batmobile. And it was Hush, I think.
Mm,
His Batmobile looked very similar to something like that. So I'm not tripping about it, and I think true Batman fans would be more aware of the kind of cars that he drives in different medias, not just the movies.
right. No, you're right about that. Well, like I said, I don't have any. I have no gripes. It was just very interesting. Like I said, Batman got very fast and furious. He's part of. He's family, and that's.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. Can you
nothing
see
wrong
that?
with that.
Right,
There's
Batman
nothing.
and
It
Dominic
could be much.
Toretto.
Yeah,
That'd be
nothing wrong with.
amazing.
Look. At this point, if Dominic Toretto can fucking bat grapple in movies at this point, then I think Batman
Catch
can do a
cars.
little bit of yeah, Fast and Furious. Look, I mean, again, Batman Forever. We had a fucking Batmobile that would drive up walls and shit, and nobody was
that's
talking about that. You know,
that's
and
that's
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 one of
true.
my favorite Batmobiles. The fucking
Oh,
Bat
really?
Signal was hubcaps. Yeah,
Right.
Batman Forever. That
It
shit
was
was
hubcaps.
fucking funny. But that, as the fucking 13-year-old in me, loved that shit. That was great.
Is it bad that I like the Batman and Robin Batmobile? Is that bad?
Um,
I like it.
no, not really, because at that time, that's exactly what they were trying to do: sell toys and shit. So
Right. I thought that shit
I
was
can't
sleek and
remember
sexy. I
what the
liked it.
Batman and Robin. No, I gotta Google that one because I don't even remember. I've deleted that shit from my brain
It had
already.
like a disco
Yeah.
strobe light like at the front of it. At the front of
No
it.
way.
That would like it had like the little
Oh,
rotating disco like fucking shit in the middle of it. So I was like, all right, it looks cool, I guess.
really?
Yeah, it was
I
weird.
mean, look. I mean,
It was long and sleek.
let's be real. Let's be real about this shit. Like the first fucking movie Batman, Batmobile outside of the Adam West, but the
Right.
first
The Keaton.
Batman 1989, the fucking penis car. So it's like
Yeah. It did
it's
turn into a dick car.
let's not yeah, let's not trip up. Yeah, not just that, but yeah, the fucking there was a in Batman Returns, there was a
Mm-hmm.
option where it went from thick and hard to like just thin and
Thick and
shafty and
girth,
shit, just so it
right?
yeah, yeah, just so it could get in between some brown
Get in between the
wedges and
legs.
yeah, right through like that, right in the hole. Yeah, I'm looking at the image from Batman and Robin. Look, we cannot be fucking complaining about this car set in 1990s because we have had some pretty wild contraptions in the past.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
We'll
Fair
be all right.
enough. We'll wait. Right. So the last topic of the night is something that you brought up to me, and I really want to get into because I found it interesting. So, and it's about PewDiePie. He's in the news. Apparently, everybody is pissed off at him right now because he has a lot of shit to say about Supergirl. Now, I skimmed bits and pieces through this video, and I just picked out the main parts that everyone is like going batshit crazy over. He says, now keep in mind
Okay.
and preface this for anybody who's watching. If PewDiePie, like the people like, oh, PewDiePie, he's doing this or whatever. I don't know. He did. I want to preface that in the video, he is saying good things about Supergirl as well. He does say some things like, oh, but I like this and I like that. Da, da, da. I just picked out all the bad shit that everyone's complaining about because that's the news. They're not going to complain about the good shit. Everyone's mad at him. So I want to talk about why. So if we have that, you can pull it up for me, my friend.
Supergirl
I haven't
bang.
seen this at all.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's been running for almost
You can
5
see it, right?
years. And they went from 10 million
Yeah.
viewers to now going on 1 million viewers.
Fuck.
The best part about this clip is that they use this as their promo. This is what they want to show what Supergirl looks like to people that haven't really watched Supergirl. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. This guy says, we came prepared. We came prepared. Immediately gets shot. We came prepared. I don't have a
Oh my
There's
God.
some budget cuts going on here. But yeah, Supergirl sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. As you can see by these numbers. Like, just don't take my word for it. Just take this dropout. They fighting. Little toy figures? What is that?
AR.
I mean-
Yep. Yep.
Wow. That's so cool.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
He does annoy the fuck out of me though. I don't even watch the show,
A character
but
from Supergirl just yelled
Really?
Leroy Jenkins, unironically, in 2020. It might be time to cancel the show, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm not
Ow.
gonna lie. That makes me laugh. The fact that they did that. But it's also very cringe. You can't do that. You can't just do that. So apparently people are actually watching the show. Why? Apparently, Supergirl has been like sneaking in social justice.
I'm sure this is where everyone got pissed.
What? And fans aren't happy about. We have this clip.
Anything SJW.
Sorry about that, sir. Can you believe it? A female hero. Nice for my daughter to have someone like that to look up to.
Yeah, real nice.
That character's basically me. When you really want to say, nah, that bit. But you have to go along.
On my planet, females.
So that part I get why that's frustrating
This is not your planet.
to
That's
people.
kind of anti-immigration message, really. Why? So he's not, just because he's alien, he's not allowed to be on the planet? That's not cool, man.
She's not strong enough.
Why? Because she's just a girl.
Jesus Christ.
No, because she will actually die. Why? Why? So you're saying it's because she's a woman? Is that why?
Work for a cool, powerful, kick-ass woman instead of a bunch of angry old white men.
Hey, that's me. Shout out to me in the show. Awesome.
How's it going, Sean?
I mean,
I'm sorry, I have difficulty making conversation with men under 6 feet tall.
We live in a brave.
Ah! Woman strong, man short. This is all women have. They have short or tiny penis. That's all they have on us. I have trouble thinking with it. Do you think that's how the writers went when they wrote that? I know this is
So
a
he's
minor
going
detail,
in.
but
Not
clearly,
in,
like,
but-
her suit is
Yeah,
making her
this
look
was
more buff,
dumb.
right?
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
be kind of cool to get like an actual, really strong woman. I'm not against the idea of a super female. Oh god, this
Touchy.
is so hard to say. I'm not against a superhero woman that empowers women. I'm not against it. I know that's gonna sound like a lie, but I'm not against it.
We could really use your help here. It has to be you. Why? Because I'm black?
He's black too. Why would you say that?
Surely we don't need to measure
Oh,
any.
there it
What
is.
the hell?
Penis small, penis small.
Oh my God.
You're short and penis small.
Okay.
Didn't weaken me at all.
It might have.
right.
No. No, I was at full strength and you beat me.
His
Yeah,
facial
this triggered a
capacity
lot of
must have
people.
been
Yeah.
jammed or something, because that's
Yeah.
no way that would happen.
Right.
Cringe. Man, this
Right.
is some good cringe.
Look, I had a one-night stand. Cara,
He-
it's horrible.
he
I'm
goes back and
terrible.
forth.
It's such a guy thing to do. I am a
Like,
horrible,
okay,
terrible
and then,
That's the-
oh.
guy. No, you're.
That's
Yeah.
right. Only guy have sex one time.
Best crossover by the way.
Women can't do that.
I am a horrible, terrible guy.
That pretty much summed it up right there. Guy bad, girl good. Well, Supergirl, rating bad.
Some of that is a stretch though. Some of that really is. PewDiePie really trying to stretch out that 10 minutes ad revenue there. Yeah.
It's. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start off by asking, why are people mad? Because other than in the points, and we'll get to the part where he kind of was like, "Ooh," he's not lying about anything about the show. Like,
Yeah.
I don't watch Supergirl. I've seen clips, I've seen parts, I've seen the crossover, stuff like that. Supergirl, I mean, those shows are starting to get really cringy, especially Supergirl. They do force a lot of shit in, and oh my god, the graphics or the special effects, whatever you want to call it, holy sweet Christmas. It is really bad. And it's what I like about Batwoman versus Supergirl. You have one or two instances where
Oh,
it's
you
like
still watch that show?
woman. Yes, I do. I actually really like it. Where they have one or two instances of mentioning a woman or something, but they don't run it into the ground. I feel Supergirl does, and they make it to the point where it's almost makes it seem like it's not normal to be a superhero girl, so they force it on you so many times because they're aware that it's a superhero girl. So I'm like, I don't. That's what I don't like, and I think that's a lot of stuff he's pointing out too, which I agree with. Cringe, bad. You're kind of forcing, but the times he does cross the line, I'm like, ooh, that's a little touchy. Now I can see why,
Yeah.
they're upset about that.
And something to keep in mind though is that Batwoman is still on season one. It's still starting out. Whereas he's showing clips from like 4 or 5 seasons of Supergirl. So it's a collective amount of cringe that he can work with. That's the
Right.
thing, and a lot of SJW type of push. So, you know,
Yeah, I can see. It's definitely. I definitely want to say there's an agenda hidden
he's
in there
not
somewhere.
wrong, but he's not wrong in the sense of entertaining, of making like
I'm telling
it
the truth.
can easily be called a cringe compilation because but you could do the same thing with Flash, you could do the same thing with Arrow. It's there's more than enough opportunities to pick and choose parts of a show and make a compilation and shit on it. So
Yeah, you definitely can.
there are people that really love the Supergirl show. The one where the clip that he was talking about with the anti-immigration and like mirroring that's mirroring what's going on in real life right now with between the building a wall in fucking Mexico and the United States. And so that season of Supergirl, I actually really liked it, where they introduced
Mm.
this one dude. I forgot his name. I think he was called a Patriot or something like that. And that dude was actually really good in the show. So so it's picking and choosing the cringiest parts for a show that he doesn't watch.
I understand that, and I think what people was mad is because you can pick, parts of other shows to do so, but he specifically did it for Supergirl, and then incorporated because they say about the SJW movement behind it. That's where the frustration's coming from with people, and I kind of see that, but the other films aren't necessarily bringing agendas into it like that,
True.
a movement. So I think people also have to
I
kind of
mean,
understand that.
he could have gone much worse
Oh, sure.
with Supergirl because there's so many there was a whole situation with I believe Martian Manhunter. There was like no, I'm thinking Legends of Tomorrow, where they did a whole slavery bit and everything in there.
Oh,
But particularly, there's a trans woman in Supergirl now, I believe. I think her name is Dream Weaver or something like that. Yeah, Supergirl tends to push the wokeness more than the other DC TV shows.
right. I don't know. I just think people stop being so fucking sensitive. Stop taking everything so bad. Some of the stuff he does say, yeah, cool, get him on that. But for the whole thing, I just think people take things a little too seriously and just run with them, and they're so easy to get upset, especially when a
So,
situation is true. Don't get upset.
but I would also say, like you already mentioned it before. If he had gone after Arrow, if he had gone after Flash, which is really easy to go after Flash sometimes, Flash and Friends,
Right.
he could have, but he chose Supergirl, and that's a show that gives an opportunity for a lot of minorities and a lot of minor groups to have a vocal voice on a major TV show. The ratings aren't exactly what it used to be, but people
Mm.
are still watching it. It still got renewed for another show, for another season, and it's important for fans. I'm not a big fan. I haven't watched. I only watched episodes that are mixed in with the Crisis, and then just sometimes I just completely forget. But from what I've watched, I've been entertained, and I can understand why there's always, for all of these shows, there's always going to be a core group that are very dedicated and are very sensitive to people critiquing it or making fun of it.
Of
So
course.
if PewDiePie, if PewDiePie has come out there and talked about Olicity, uh, for some people, one of the worst ships ever in the history of entertainment television. If he had done that, people would have been shitting on him as well. So
Right. But see, that's not in stuff like that and other demographics, those aren't agendas. They feel like, and people feel like, it's been around with the woman aspect of it, that's the agenda they're trying to push. And so just being natural with it, because we don't care that it's a, woman kicking ass because a woman can do that. But we don't need to be pushed and reminded every 24, I'm a woman, fuck men, all that stuff is, I guess, what they're trying to get at. Even though it's great to have inclusive voices in shows and things like that, but they're not spreading that narrative or the agenda like that aspect can, and they tend to do.
I believe it would be better to hear that, though. I would take those critiques more serious, or more those. I would take those critiques more than a grain of salt if it came from people that actually watch the show, and not people that are just using that as an example as to why they don't watch the show.
Fair. Touche. I can understand that. That's actually a good way to go about. But
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on episode 4 of Film Cave Live.
Ta-da!
Brother Aka, the Red Dreaded Man himself. Man, thank you for stopping on by, man. It really means a lot.
Thank you.
It's kind of like
pleasure.
It's kind of like full circles. Like, since you were like literally one of the main, reasons for my existence on YouTube, now to see it be a part of this is kind of like full circle. So it's kind of like it's really cool, and I really appreciate you stopping on by, man. And the crime fighter stuff that you hear, Red Jetter Nation, thank you for stopping in and coming to see your boy as well. Akasan, where can they find you, man? Plug your shit.
And that is Destiny Fulfilled. You can find me at AKA SAN. You know where I am, everybody. AKA SAN on YouTube. If you want to check out the Twitch channel, AKA SAN_plays, Akasan_plays. On Twitter, AKA SAN. On Instagram, AKA SAN JP. I'm everywhere, man. Just find me, baby. I'll find you.
Yes, sir. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. And guys, stay tuned, because in Akasan, I want to talk to you about this too off air. I'm working on something big I want to bring to the channel, people. A new game show format, a new competition-based show with the internet's finest. So hopefully including yourself and other people as well. So I'm going to be making a video on that very soon, explaining details, right? Explaining details. And I want to get your take on it, Aka, as well as some other people want to reach out to see if they're down. But I'm going to explain it to you guys, see how you like it. It's going to be a familiar format with a twist, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you guys will really dig it, and I hope, Aka, we can get you any advice and anything helps, man. But again, love you, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you for stopping on by. You guys be sure to follow Akasan, give him some love. And y'all, thank you. That's a wrap. It's been real. It's been John. And as always, I'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.